Coming up on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills after show.
Let's talk about what you really did, and let's talk about some of the names you called people.
Every one of us, in my opinion, can say that they saw a Kathy that they'd never seen before.
I agree with that.
This is a family affair, and we need to leave it as a family affair.
It's one thing to say what really happened, and another thing for people to be creating and inventing things that my sister said.
In my opinion, the cover-up is much worse than what was said.
Please do not say anything we discussed. Otherwise, it will make a huge scene that everyone gets dragged into.
I have been on the receiving of that exact statement, so I understand it very well.
I feel like you hate me or something. Kyle?
I don't know. I don't know what to say about that.
The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills after show starts now.
Why do you think Kathy's behavior in Aspen is a topic of discussion?
None of us heard anything, so we can't really speak to it. There weren't any cameras around. This is all, talk.
Hearsay.
Yes. So why this is being brought up?
I'm getting tired of being the whipping boy when I know that there are others who display not the best behavior.
I'm so really upset after what happened in Aspen.
Was it really that bad?
Yes.
We don't know. This is, I think, a family affair, and we need to leave it as a family affair.
I will say this, I'm someone that is willing to say I've made a mistake and try to move on as best I can, not expecting anyone to understand or forgive. In my opinion, the cover-up is much worse than what was said.
She tried to silence me.
Oish.
She sent me a text. Please do not say anything we discussed. Otherwise, it will make a huge scene that everyone gets dragged into. No bueno, but bueno is spelled wrong.
I have been on the receiving of that exact statement, so I understand it very well. Look, people make mistakes, and it's a tough one.
My therapist taught me to not engage. She said that's the one thing you should do, Sutton, is not engage.
How was your relationship with Kathy when you got back from Aspen?
Kathy and I didn't speak for a while, but then we started speaking when some of the lies were coming out.
A lot of articles have surfaced about Kathy's behavior at the nightclub. I do not know how they got this level of detail.
While I was filming in Georgia, I was alone, no husband, no kids. I had left the ladies, and I was getting sort of updates from all of the women about what was going on. And then I started reading lies in the tabloids. The things online that were said, my sister said, were not said. It was directed towards me. I mean, some people were saying she said something about Sutton's assistant. It said something about, when he was moving Sutton's luggage, I read something like, he wasn't even in Aspen.
She wasn't there. I'm gonna do it in two sentences.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it.
One, Josh, my assistant, who actually has a bigger job than that, but I do like him around. Josh was not in Aspen. He was never there.
Not at all.
So that can be squashed.
It's one thing to say what really happened, and another thing for people to be creating and inventing things that my sister said that could be very damaging that actually weren't true. So that was really stressful. I really had to sort of just forget about what happened with my sister and all the ladies and put it aside and get up and do my job every day because I had dialogue to remember. It was too hard for me. And I had to focus on the movie and my job there. And it was consuming me, and I really had to put it out of my head.
Take me back to that night at the club. What really happened at the club with Kathy?
Our last night in Aspen, we ended up going to a club
Kyle invited everybody.
Hey guys, should we walk into the Caribou Club for 5 minutes to see it? Go peek in, have a drink, whatever, and then leave.
Which was off camera. This is all off camera. Went to the club. There was a DJ. We were with security. We had to check our jackets at the door. We were in a private room.
We were at the club, and you could only see things happening. You couldn't hear anything because it was so loud. You know, it's that kind of environment. Diana was like trying to order drinks for everybody, and then her credit card was missing, and we couldn't find it. It was like there was a lot of like people on the floor with flashlights, and then, you know, it was that kind of thing. And then I saw Kathy being like funny and wacky and like dancing on a chair, and like she was just like letting loose.
Kathy went into the public area, went to the DJ, and asked him to play a song.
I remember thinking like, oh my God, that's so like, when you're like 20, you don't know, you go like roll up to like the DJ for a song. It's like, you don't realize you're being like an asshole, right? But like those kinds of moments, it wasn't a big deal. And I remember Kathy being annoyed, but I didn't know what it was about.
I think he said something to her like, go back to LA. And she was infuriated. She came back very, very angry, very riled up by it. She wanted everybody to leave.
All I know is I went because I was ready to relax, because it had been a very
long day
and tough weekend for me personally.
True.
I haven't heard y'all say one thing to her about calling me a
You are one.
And I was ready to relax. And the next thing I know is Kathy was telling me that we had to leave. And I was like, I hadn't even gotten my drink. I'm not going anywhere. I was ready to relax and enjoy myself and look for single men.
I will say this. I agree with Dorit 100%. We were at the club. Kathy was there. She was not happy with the way that she was being treated. I also saw Kathy very upset with management. She went around to each of us and said, if you don't leave with me right now, you're not my friend. And Lisa, like Dorit said, had her coat. She took her out. This is behavior I'd not seen from Kathy Hilton. She was doing a chair dance. She was dropping it low. And every one of us, with the exception of Garcelle and Cherie that were not there, in my opinion, can say that they saw a Kathy that they'd never seen before. Unless they, I mean.
I agree with that.
It was like dramatic, like girls at a club dramatic. It didn't feel that big.
When you get back from Aspen, you and Erika seem to be in a better place.
I went to the hair thing.
She rise above. You rose above my petty ass. And I did. And I appreciate it.
And you know why I did it? I thought, when I came into this group of women, I truly came in after my divorce. It had been a few years, and it took me a while to pick myself up. And I was inspired by this group of ladies. And everyone had a business, was working, and we all were supporting each other. And I had just opened my store. Like, I didn't know what I was doing. I had been married for 16 years. I didn't have a business. I didn't do that. I had just started. And it was very inspiring. And I remembered that. And I thought, I am going to go to Erika's hair extension event, even if there is a beef.
I am going to invite you to my hair party, and if you don't say no, I won't have any respect.
You didn't come to my party, so
right,
I'm not
so
going
it's
to
good.
yours.
I respect that.
Because it's the right thing to do.
I love to be around these strong, successful women that pour their heart and soul into their businesses, and to see them succeed. I feel like I'm in good company.
Yes, you do. You do feel like you're in good company. Creative, ambitious women that want to do things, and that's important.
And we also see how much effort, time, and how labor intensive and how much of our hearts go into what we're doing. I think that because we're able to see it as well, that's why we're even more inspired and, you know, cheerleading from the sidelines. And I love, and I know we all do, we really enjoy supporting each other.
I wouldn't use the word all.
Some.
You know, I'm very honest.
Okay, but who?
I did a very big thing this year with my cashmere line.
Yes, that's a good point.
It's a very big thing.
Yeah.
And I did not have all of the ladies' support.
Sutton's having her store opening. Well, not store opening, but she's having a designer come in from Paris.
Got it.
And I'm not going.
I did not.
No, I would agree.
And you
especially
did not
with
have
all the support
of
for
the
my
support
book.
for your book.
No, I did not.
No.
No.
I'm one of these people, and I swear to God this is true. If she wins, I win. I really applaud my friends that are doing well because I know how hard it is, and I love to see ambitious women, and I love to be around them and support them. I don't ever feel like if someone's doing well, they're taking away something from me.
100%.
I just don't feel that way.